Hey guys, so this is kind of a new thing that I'm going to be doing. Well, not going to be doing. I'm trying. This is a multimedia channel, and I'm trying out a whole bunch of new, different things, so I can actually reach a larger audience. Because there's a lot of ideas that I have in my brain that I don't really have a coherent grasp on. So I'm going to be doing a lot of things. But the shitty part about this one is I don't have any money to actually get a new graphics tablet because this one, my old Huion tablet, bit the dust. It served me well, but yeah, I kind of was able to draw with it, but yeah, that went to shit. Because one, the pen fucked up, and two, the tablet fucked up because it randomly clicked. I really didn't see any reviews on it, so hopefully I can get enough money to get that sweet, sweet Huion 610. So essentially, my wallets are empty, and you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm going to be doing this with the hand of visual aids. This is a story time that I have for Halloween. So this is a true story, and I hope you guys like it.
Supernatural entities. Some say that it's just superstition, overactive imagination, and then there's others that say that they're real and they have a major effect on this realm.
Now, to avoid sounding like a conspiracy theorist,
I mainly focus on facts that I know and from what I observe, but that's kind of what brings us to this story. In a strange occurrence of events, my family has had multiple run ins with paranormal entities, and this story is the most vivid one that I can remember. It was back in 2012, and I was just in my room at the time, about to go to sleep, when my brother got up and walked out of the room to go to the bathroom. And just so you guys know, the way my house is set up, you can see straight down the hall and see the living room from the other rooms, from the other rooms that are separated from the main hallway. If you want an avid comparison, just think of a long tree branch with 9 twigs on either side. So, anyways, my brother was looking down the hallway into the living room and he saw something sitting on the couch. The living room was dark, so he couldn't really tell. Being confused, he called my sister because she had a tendency of inviting people over and without telling us. She has since got out of this habit though. So he called her and he asked, "Who's that on the couch?" And she looked at him as if to say, "What? Are you stupid? There's no one on that couch." And his eyes opened so wide as he told her again, "Stop screwing around with me. I know that there's somebody on that couch." And they went back and forth with this for about a couple minutes after, and I was in my room hearing all of this. My brother and sister were going back and forth, yelling at each other, saying, "There's no one in the living room." "Yes, there is somebody in the living room. I see him right there." And it got to a point where my sister started swearing up and down that she did not invite anyone over and no one was in the house other than people that already lived there. So this is when my sister started getting worried, and she went to go wake up my mom. So, but my mom was asleep, so she leaned over and woke up my dad instead to send my dad in the living room to check out the situation. And being the type of person that doesn't like to be woken up, he was a little perturbed to be woken up So he went in the living room with my older brother, and he waved his hands back and forth in front of the couch, saying, "There's no one here." My brother, in a scared tone, said, "Yes, there is. You can't see him?" My dad threw the lights on and waved his hands back and forth in front of the couch again, saying, "There's nothing here." Now, here's something about my older brother. He's a pretty tough guy. I haven't really saw him break down emotionally. He's pretty tough emotionally and physically. He's not really scared of death at all. He's recounted numerous stories of times that he's been close to being killed or something that was out of his control, and he hasn't been afraid of death. He makes that very obvious. But from what my sister told me, the look on my brother's face at that specific point in time wasn't fear. It was horror, terror personified in human form. Fear stuck out of time. It was as if something had shocked him to his core and shattered what his preconceived notion of fear was, and brought to light something that he couldn't even comprehend. That level of fear, my sister told me that it looked like he was face to face with the devil himself. But my brother looked at the couch with that expression on his face and said, his eyes, he has no eyes. And my father looked back at the couch and then at my brother, seeing the expression on his face, looking down towards the couch. As my brother said, he's looking at you now. My father backed up away from the couch. They didn't know what to do, so they called my mom into the living room. And my mom handled the situation as any religious woman would do. She grabbed the holy oil, poured some on her finger, and started praying over the entire area. And she told it to get out. She repeated the phrase, "get out," over and over and over as she was praying. And my sister says this is when my brother broke. He said not only did he not leave, but he was smirking at him. My brother couldn't take it. My sister told me he broke down and started to cry in terror. And my mom was furious. She poured half of the bottle of holy oil on her hand and smacked the couch right where he said that the thing was sitting. She started screaming at it, commanding it to leave. My brother told her that the smile on its face completely left and turned into an angry scowl as it got up off the couch and went out the door. And the last piece of information that he told us was that it didn't walk out the door. It didn't have any legs. It just floated out the door. Now, I don't know if he did or did not see anything on the couch. And I know for a fact that the human mind can play tricks on you at any point in time, but there's still that one part of me that wonders, what if that was real? I'm not claiming to know if it was, and I'm not saying that it wasn't. All I'm trying to say is that all humans should keep their minds open for new ideas and new information, because you have no idea what information is out there in the world. This story is 100% true. You may think I'm lying, and you may think I'm telling a just humorous ghost story, but this shit happens to us literally mostly all the time, and we don't know how to explain it. Stay saucy, my little legends.